Hello friends, this is the Cryptonian. Good morning North American East Coast time. It is Thursday morning and we're taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been showing a little bit of a little bit of upward momentum, but to be honest, it looks weak. Now, to be fair, Bitcoin has shown that it what it likes to do is it likes to have later morning rallies, right? So but here we have what looks to be it looks to be something like a diamond pattern here off of this what appears to be support area. Okay, so this is good and this is bad. You know, I've been looking at the order flow. It's already 8 o'clock. Normally the bulls come in at 8 o'clock, but lately not not lately. Lately it's been like 9, 11, something like that. So what we are seeing is a little bit of volume coming in, which is good. And we've got a upturn in the price action. Now this is the 30-minute, guys, just so we can see structure. But you can see, and in my opinion, I think we're going to break down. I think we're going to actually come right back down to 41.1 maybe, testing that. Today's Thursday. We just really haven't seen much from the bulls. We haven't seen much performance from Bitcoin. We're still seeing altcoins, select altcoins, outperform Bitcoin, and then the rest of the market is just trailing. Just following Bitcoin. Monkey see, monkey do, that kind of following it like a dog. And so there's no real direction in the market right now. We're trying to find a bottom, which we have this formation, on a lower time frame. I guess you can say it's like a double bottom, and then on the higher time frame for Bitcoin, of course, we can see that there is a double bottom forming on the higher time frame. There you go. See, this is the higher time frame. The problem is that Bitcoin has had lackluster performance. Now, I would really like to see this break out and not break down, but something tells me just because I'm not seeing a lot of momentum in today's Thursday, and we really haven't seen much, it just seems like it's going to break down. I have that feeling. So, taking a look here, we do see we have a rounded bottom here. We pushed up to the 44. Now that was early. That failed. We tested, made a lower high, and then we just kind of rolled over, right? Made another impulse, rejected. These are all just short opportunities, right? And so I do think that we're probably going to come down. It makes more sense to come down and retest the 41,300 area where we have that support, and then push up from there, because we really don't have, if you see over here on the left shoulder, we have a 1 touch, we have a 2 touch, and we have a 3 touch before we go higher. It's a 3 tap. Here we really only have one at this level. We have one that's a little bit higher, but this one here, but that's kind of like a lead in. It's not low enough. That's kind of like a lead in, right? We just kind of failed, we pushed up, and then we had a solid bottom, right? A nice impulse to the bottom, to the bottom side, finding support a little bit higher here than the left shoulder. So it looks like what we're doing is we're just forming a double bottom, but slowly. I do expect this to fail. We haven't seen a real strong rally. This week we've seen a few good impulses, but that's it. So the volumes, nothing really to write home about. Volumes are somewhat low still. Now we are crossing over on the RSI a little bit, crossing over that white line, which is a trend line, but it's just a start, and it's really not good enough. And we're still negative on our volume flows, right? Volume oscillator still under zero. Now you see what happened when we actually went above zero. See these green lines, these green impulses? You can see that we actually had a meaningful move to the upside, right? But we're still negative here. We did turn up, but we're still negative here, and so that tells me that I really don't expect this to break out. Could it break out? Sure. Could it push up a little bit higher? Maybe do a 42,007 to 42,005, something like that, to the next Fibonacci level, and then roll over. Possibly. Again, today's Thursday. Fridays are usually bearish or flat, and we just really haven't seen much from the bulls, and we need more confirmation on this level for support. So I'm expecting this to fail. I'm expecting this to come back down, probably to 41,300, and then push up again and kind of do this number, and then we could break out a little bit and then roll back over and just kind of tease us and slowly move up. Probably won't have a meaningful move until the weekend. Now, it could prove me wrong here. We could be pushing up like this today and then come back down. It's possible. It's possible, but I just think we're going to roll over. I don't see too much strength. Haven't seen too much strength lately, except for maybe some consolidation here, which, again, we need more touches to the bottom side for this consolidation to be meaningful, right? Usually when we have a lot of touches on the bottom side, like this, it shows structure, it shows strength, and it gives confidence to the bulls to take positions, right? And we just don't see it. We have one touch, one touch. So I'm expecting to come back down and make a second touch here. And, I'm expecting Friday to be flat. Possibly this weekend could be decent. We'll just have to wait and see. Now let's do a rapid fire. Let's take a look and see what we see in the market. Aave, from what I've seen, you guys like kind of like a rapid fire short analysis on many different coins. And so here's Aave. Aave is obviously showing, now this is a 4-hour, guys. Aave is showing a slight slant to the upside. It is following this trend. We have a one touch here, we have two touch here, and we don't have a touch yet. Could have a touch coming up through the next few days. This is the 4 hours, so it's looking good. And if we do have a rally, what we could see on Aave is, if we do have a rally, we could just kind of do this and then move higher this weekend. We could have a return to possibly 250 this weekend, maybe even 260 this weekend, testing the upper resistance line. So that's Aave. Aave, currently right now, the RSI is turning down, and we are in the 38 area, bounced at 33. So what you can do is, a lot of times you can take to show strength, like a breakout on the strength, you can draw a line like this, down like this, and then sometimes you'll see the RSI kind of bounce off the bottom and then push up and break out. And when you do that, that's a sign of gaining strength, and you can try to possibly trade it off the bottom for some type of a move, up to 260, something like that. That would be great. Not sure if that's going to happen. Most likely it would probably be a move here to 243, or even lower, 236 at that fib level. Just depends on the strength of the market at the time. The volume flows are slightly negative, and if we do bounce from here, we could go positive again and see a nice bounce to the upside. That'd be great. Okay, that's Aave. Taking a look at Cardano. Cardano has sold off, and this is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about. See, we went up really high. You don't chase those. You don't chase those, because those are buy the rumor, and then they're going to sell the news type moves, right? It gets hyped up, has a nice pump. A lot of people, temporary traders, pumping it, and then after that, it just kind of slowly rolls over, like it's done. And now we're back at the 200 daily moving average, and now this is more of a sensible price. But again, we're not seeing strength in Bitcoin yet. So, after this nice impulse up, coming back, if we can hold the fib line at 135, if we can consolidate here on the 200 daily moving average and then slowly move up, we could see an attempt at a second breakout at 141. And so, we broke out, and we tested that, broke out like I said we would, but then we rolled back over, right? And that's because a large portion of this move was temporary traders. All of this was staking, right? But a lot of this impulse was temporary traders, and now you see that we're back down to the 200 daily moving average at 135. I would wait for some more consolidation, and I would wait to see confirmation to see what's happening with Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin does, start moving south again, we could be doing this. We could even see 129, 130 for Cardano. So I would be careful. We are moving to the downside on the 4 hour on the RSI. RSI currently 42. Not terribly weak, but it's not strong either. We do see a negative impulse, a lot of selling. So our volume flows are in the negative, and so it's just not ready yet. Not something that I'd want to entertain purchasing right now. Should we see some strength coming in over the weekend, we could have a temporary relief bounce over the weekend, something like that, possibly retesting of 152 after a breakout. Just remains to be seen. That's Cardano. Algorand still not looking good. Okay. So let's see. API 3. API 3 is actually showing some strength here. We had a nice big impulse coming off of a consolidation period. We have a low. We have a higher low. And this is what I'm talking about when we're talking about bottoming patterns. Higher low. Remember, I've said before, whenever coming out of or entering the bottom here of a downtrend, and when you see a pulse to the upside and then it starts pulling back, you don't want to buy that initial impulse, right? That initial impulse is most likely going to fail and come back and make a higher low. Now, if it's strong, a lot of people will buy that, right? And then that will give you a breakout, right? A double bottom breakout. And that's what happened here. We came back down, and then we made another higher low, right? And so we had another impulse, another higher low, another impulse, and now we're forming another higher low. And the difference is now we're above the 200 daily moving average on the 4 hour, and so that's really good. So you see this little trend line here. So if you want to mark a trend line, and then if we get some upward momentum, we could have another impulse. Could probably go to 483. Any of these price points. Number one, the initial Fibonacci 446. Most likely the impulse to the upside would push past that. Most likely it's a 470, a return to the 470 mark after having an impulse to the upside. Okay, midline on the RSI, so it's neither bullish nor bearish, but it's not weak, so that's a good sign. And we do have declining volume, and we are holding this price point. So when volume does come back in, when volume does come back in here, start going up, then we'll start pushing much higher. Like I said, a return to 470 is probably not a bad target. Above that, very possible. It would be nice to see the $5 region like we had a pump earlier. And then I would probably be taking profits there. I probably don't see an extended rally for API 3. It's one of those hit it and quit it, really pump and dump type of coins. Unless the market's doing well, then API 3 does rally. Volume flows negative on the oscillator. That is API 3. This is AR. Yeah, AR is doing okay. I mean, it's trying to make a bottom here. It needs more time to work that out for itself. Atom, Cosmos, we're seeing a lot of volatility, a lot of consolidation sideways. Now, the way to play this, friends, is you either have up, down, or sideways. And right here we have a sideways trend. And you never play the middle on a sideways consolidation. You're going to lose. So what you do is you always play the bottom here, right? And that's what we had. We had a bottom at the Fibonacci 0.78, $35.39, and then now we're having a pulse to the upside. Now we're in the middle of the zone, and I just wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch this until we can see maybe some consolidation a bounce off of a higher low and then a push higher. I'd probably take that, but I wouldn't take it where it is now. Um, I just wouldn't, because not much farther, and you've got resistance here, and then your opposite is to the downside. I would probably buy it off of the 200 daily moving average at the 0.78. That's shown to be a support before at $35.39. That would be a reasonable entry, because that is very close to this consolidative lows here that we see. And so, yeah, probably if it comes down to 35, 39, 35, 40, possible entry for a double bottom, and then a push to the upside with immediate target of $40.28, and then after that 41.94. RSI does look like it has some strength, and it has some room to run up 53, but we're a little negative on their volume flows. And so I just think, if today's going to be lackluster, if there's a rally with Bitcoin, I expect this to continue this morning, and then probably up to 41. What is that? 41. What did we say? 41.94. Maybe even as high as 44.88, and then just come right back down again. I don't see a rally or a continued breakout. Volume here is low on our volume bars. So it's just one of those, it's just one of those random pumps that you see in sideways consolidation. And again, if Thursday, I don't expect today to be very strong unless Bitcoin really breaks out and takes off. Okay. Um, Audio trying to make a double bottom here. We are seeing a little bit of strength come in. Yellow candlesticks show us possible reversal in the works underway. We do have a bull flag here, a bull alert showing an impulse, and then followed by a slightly lower impulse so far. Currently $1.28. RSI is turning up. We do have room to run up to the upside, but we are negative. We're negative, slightly negative on our volume flows on our oscillator, and you can see this really low volume, really low volume. So it's just not ready yet. Audio is one of those that needs to pump with Bitcoin, needs to pump with the market, and I just haven't seen this really taking off alone by itself. Now, this rally is where Bitcoin rallied as well, made a lower high, and then just rolled over. So yeah, audio needs Bitcoin to rally. If Bitcoin rallies, then this one probably would rally as well. Short-term target 139 off the bottom, and then possibly 145. And even if it's strong, we'd like to see a pop to 200 daily moving average at about 150. 150 really is the target. But you never know. This market is so short-sighted. A lot of times they get rejected like this. They start to roll over. And if you mark a basic trend line here, and my line's just terrible. See how it comes down like this. So your initial target is probably going to be around Fibonacci at 139 with a rejection on that line if it's weak. But if it's strong, hopefully could even go to 150, getting rejected by the 200 daily moving average. But that's if this trend line is broken. Could have a breakout. Could have a breakout if it's strong enough. Volume flows negative. Okay, negative. That is audio. Avalanche. I love Avalanche. Avalanche is forming a second bottom bounce here, and but we just really need to see. Avalanche is one of those that needs the market behind it to rally, because it's a large cap, right? It's not one of those small little pumpers that a small group can jump on and pump. Now we do see a crossover here of the RSI, which looks good, and 43 for the RSI. Room to run up, have nice real estate, go up to the upside. We do see a decent amount of volume coming in here, but we're still negative on our volume oscillator, but we are seeing an uptick in volume flows. So we did get a little breakout above this resistance line, but we just really need to see more volume coming in. This could start to push to the upside if we have a bullish weekend, but if not, it just really depends on Bitcoin, right? We could probably grind out the bottom a little bit here, maybe make another double bottom, because you can see here we have a low and a low. We have a low and a double bottom low here. We rallied, so we could make a low, and then if we don't do much between now and the weekend, let's say the weekend starts to wake up, we could see this maybe come back down, make another double bottom, and then push up. Target is going to be the upper resistance line, 93.81, and a little bit above that at 95 for the 200 daily moving average. If it's strong, probably could break above that, but it just really depends on the market. Um, Low volumes over the weekend. It's quite possible, but just have to wait and see. AVAX is a large cap. Taking a look at AXS, Axie Infinity, trying to make a double bottom here. We did have a small little rally when Bitcoin did rally earlier, right here, and we typically see the same type of pattern on a lot of these coins following Bitcoin. If we can make some consolidation here, and if we can start pushing up, either maybe the weekend, not really sure. Target's going to be short-term target $80.66. Need to break above that for the breakout, and then we would be touching and testing the 85.50 area at the 200 daily moving average. The RSI is over, has broken out a little bit, is over the yellow line at 39.40, about 40. Room to run up, and actually what's interesting is our volume flows are getting ready to go positive, so that's a good sign. BAT, basic attention to is it basic attention? No, not basic attention. It's that's a Brave browser. Brave browser token BAT. Taking a look, just the same kind of behavior here, making a double bottom here. It's in progress. It's still not really well defined, and so this shows weakness, right? RSI did move above the average line, did break above, but we're still weak. I mean, 40 is still weak. Now our volume flows are just neutral, so we could go positive at any time and start moving up with a target of probably right up here at the Fibonacci 0.61 at $1.10. $1.10 is where we have convergence. We have this high, and then we have the 200 daily moving average. So this is really going to be an important part. I would expect an initial rejection from this point, but you never know. If we can break above that, then we would really do well with a target of the fib up here, which probably would be 126. Yeah, 126, and then of course then we start running into resistance up here at the next fib, 136. Okay, but that's a little bit of hopium, because right now there's just no momentum in the market. Blocktopia flat, not looking very good. Binance coin showing strength, showing a higher low, trying to consolidate here, looking pretty good, but this here is showing that this is kind of selling off. So it's very possible if we're flat today and sideways tomorrow, this could be making some lower lows, and we could come down to, if it breaks down below this 454 line, this Fibonacci, then the next target is going to be 432 for a higher high, and if that doesn't hold, 405 for a double bounce down here for a double bottom, right? For a bounce down here where we bounced before, a double bottom. Do I see that? Not really sure. It's possible. I mean, we have this, we're in a bear cloud right now. We did have a little pump here, but that has since rolled over. We're trying to hold on to a higher low. Not sure if that will hold. RSI currently is at around 40, 44, and we could go positive here if we just had some nice volume come in, like here. Then we could have a nice little rally. That is Binance coin. Okay, if we break above the 200 daily moving average, the next fib is 532, where we have a lot of resistance up here. That's probably a take profit area in my opinion, not investment advice. Bitcoin, taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin still 41,974. Really not showing much performance, not showing much momentum. Very low volatility. You can see here we have this bottoming pattern. We went to a very, very small impulse to the upside, and then we just rolled over. Now this is indicative. See, this is what I was talking about before. This is very indicative to what could be what I call a creek type of price action, right? Very, very small compressed candlesticks, which show a very narrow range of price, and there's just no volatility. It's just kind of drifting down, you know. And this is the type of environment where you see all of a sudden, you know, the large institutions or the large whales, they come in and they just start really pushing it up higher. It's really easy to then push the market around and push us much, much higher and decapitate all the bears. That's what we saw last time. That's what we saw last summer. We saw the creek, and then I'll show you right here. This is where we saw the creek. If we can, let me see if I can get this over here. No, not that one. This is a 4-hour. This one? Is it? No, it's not that one either. Let's see here. Yeah, this would be. Yeah, right here. Okay. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make a point here. I just want to give you guys an idea of what I was talking about in my previous videos. Right here. Okay. You see this area right here, from here to here, very low volatility, right? It just trickles down. It looks like ripples in water, right? Just very low volatility. Everybody's bored. Nobody's watching. Nobody's paying attention. It's just kind of drifting down. And then all of a sudden, boom, the institutions decide to bring it higher. And then soon you have a breakout and you go into much higher highs, right? And that's what we could have here, returning to the upper levels of, I would say, let's make that. Alright guys, I'm going to have to pull this back a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's Bitcoin. Looking like we could have a large move to the upside at any time, but it's going to take momentum. It's going to take volume. It's going to take interest from larger players to push this through, because just retail's just doing not much of anything right now. So there you go. That is Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Well, actually, let's talk about some targets. All right, so we could have a breakout, BTC breakout above 42,300, and price target would be right back up here to this fib, 43,600 most likely, or maybe even a little bit higher to this high, 44,000. And that right there would be a neckline breakout. The 44,000 level here, if we break above that, then we could see a move to the upside, and we could even see a move probably to the 200 daily moving average, 45,384, that we would be testing that. And the fib above that would be 45,708, right? And a test of 46,000 for the breakout. That'd be very significant, but that's going to take a lot of strength, and we may not see that until the weekend. So we could see this rollover, get rejected, rollover, come back down to 41,200, 41,300, and then move higher, breaking up through this upper resistance line, and trying to move back up to the $44 price point, probably this weekend. Okay, RSI turning up a little bit, still negative on volume. And so that's Bitcoin. We've talked about Bitcoin enough. Pancake, putting in a double bottom just like everything else. RSI bounced a little bit off the bottom, still under the 50 midline. Negative volume oscillator. That's just what everything is showing right now. Still working on this right, the second bottom. Okay, and if we have any type of momentum come in, sure, it'll probably move to the upside. Immediate target 200 daily moving average 1167. And then after that, for the breakout at neckline, 1215 right here at about 1215. If we get above 1215, then we should go to the next level and attack this upward resistance line for a possible macro breakout at 1260. And that's the same place where the fib is, right? But again, negative volume oscillator. So just, you know, we're just making this right second bottom here on the chart on the 4 hour. Just needs more time and momentum to come into the market. Again, CLO, same type of situation, right? We have a low here, second low at the same price point, more or less, same Fibonacci at 413. If we break higher, 200 daily moving average is right here above the fib at 475. Most likely that would be resistance. Immediate target, if we can break above that, then you're looking at this high right here, which is going to be right about $5.20. That would be your target. I would take profit at that point unless we unless we get to that point with a lot of strength, and then I would wait for the next fib, or even for 578, which is this high here. Okay. Chiliz. Now I like Chiliz. It has a lot of potential, but very weak price action. Very weak. Working on a double bottom here. But you can see that price action, it did pick up here a little bit, but then it just rolled over. And there is, you can see all the weakness here, because there is this right side, this right double bottom is less defined than this left bottom here. So you can see that the structure, we have definitely a little double bottom here moving up with, you know, a little bit of strength, and then but then it just kind of falls apart over here, right? So it shows you that, you know, the market is there's no participants really, there's no volatility, there's no it's just kind of falling apart. So the traders have kind of walked away from this one. Still going down on the RSI, and RSI is 40. Now all it takes is a little bit of volume to come in. We are actually a little bit slightly positive on our volume oscillator, so this could be moving up easily if we had volume. If we did get volume to come in, then the 200 daily moving average most likely would be the most obvious target at 28 cents. That's after a breakout above this level here, this fib level, 27 cents, 27.2 cents. Okay. All right, so the next one, if my computer will change here. Nope. Let's move out here. Okay. So that's Chiliz. Next one is going to be COTI. Okay, so here's COTI. COTI has shown some strength in the past, primarily due to Cardano's rally, and so currently we had the breakout, failed, we got rejected at the breakout point. There's two levels. There's a diagonal level and then there's a horizontal level. We did break out above the diagonal upper resistance, and then we hit the previous high where we got rejected, 42.6 cents coming down, and now we're just trying to consolidate here on the 200 daily moving average. If momentum does come into the market possibly this weekend, we could then see another push towards the towards where it was rejected before at 42.6 cents, and then if we have enough momentum, that would be a breakout for higher price points. Currently right now 47 RSI, neutral, and slightly negative on the volume oscillator, so it's just kind of hanging out here. Now if not much happens, we could see this start to come down to 33.7, right? If there's just not enough momentum in the market, people start getting bored. They see nothing's moving, nothing's going on, and then we could see a downward sell off to 33.5 and even back down to make a double bottom to 30, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen because even on low volumes here, we are currently holding this 200 daily moving average at 36.7 cents. But if people get bored, they'll just start to sell, and then that's when you'll see it just kind of bounce down here, make a double bottom. That is COTI. Crypto.com. A little bit of a pump off of the bottom today, creating a double bottom, showing a little bit of strength today, but most likely because of market conditions, it most likely will not continue. Breakout point is the neckline here at 48.6 cents, but we have the 200 daily moving average right above that at 50 cents. So most likely 50 cents, 48 to 50 cents would be your target. RSI currently 56 and slightly negative on our volume oscillator. Cartesi working on a second bottom right here, and we have let's see, 44 RSI, and we're still negative on our volume oscillator. So working on a double bottom here, high or low, but I would expect this just to kind of go sideways at this level until the market does something, and then it would react. I don't see Cartesi. Well, actually, I take that back. I mean, Cartesi could on its own pop up. We've seen it before. But this rally here was with the market. So Cartesi is one to watch if the market is actually rallying, because then you can see a nice rally to the upside. Traders like this coin because it's easy to pump. Dogecoin making a now this is what everybody was calling the Elon pump. It is making a higher low here. Now, will it hold on to that higher low? Not really sure. The market's got to do something. We could come down, make another test of this higher lows support at 15.9 cents if we see a flat next couple days, and we could even come lower to the 15.3 fib if the market doesn't do much until the weekend. Now if this kind of holds and until the weekend, then we could see a weekend pump, right? Weekend pump target would be initial resistance 17.2 cents. If we make it above that, then of course making it to 19 cents, which is where we had these two peaks, two rejections. That would be your second price target. So initial is a 200 daily moving average, 17.2, and then after that would be about 19.6 cents. The RSI 46, and the volume oscillator is negative. So we're just waiting for volume to come in. Same story for DOT. I really like DOT. DOT showing a bottom here, a second bottom on a slightly inclined support line. We're just waiting for volume to come in. DOT's going to be good if we have a rally over the weekend, or if the market does find momentum. And then, of course, the target is 200 daily moving average, 27.45, and then above that neckline here, 28.36. And then if we break above that neckline, 28.36, then the next target is $30.12, and then the fib at $30.88. I would definitely start taking profits. If we make it to this point, I would take profits. RSI 43, and pretty negative on our volume oscillator. So this is forming even on negative volume oscillator flow. So volume comes back in, we can see a pop. I like dot. I'll be watching dot. Dreams flat. Don't like it. DYDX having a nice little pump today. So this is one that could be pretty active over the weekend if we have a very active weekend. Already put in a slightly higher low, so that's why we're seeing a nice rally today. DYDX is a pumper coin. You see now. See, look, here's the volume that makes the difference. RSI is currently 54, but quite honestly, I do not believe that this rally is going to last. It looks like it's going to be the same thing, right? It rallies and then sells down, rallies and then sells down. So we may rally. Initial target 200 daily moving average $8.18. $8.18, and that has been respected here, here, and here. Above $8.18. Next fib level $9.17. And if it ever made it that far, I'd definitely take profits. Negative volume flow on the volume oscillator, but it's looking interesting, looking pretty good. EGLD lower low, still on a downtrend, very weak. Not interested. Dogelon, trying to make, same story, trying to make a second bottom, just really no volume. Engine coin, I like engine coin because now we're starting to see impulses from the bottom here. This is a double bottom off of a very well established trend line, and so whether it's today, tomorrow, or the weekend, looking for a return back to the 200 daily moving average at $2.52. If we go above that, we're going to meet the upper resistance line, $2.40. If we can break out above that, that'll be a technical breakout, and we could see a push to $2.95, which would be the fib level, or we could even go to the previous high, $3.29. That's going to be hard to do, though. We really need to see the entire market pumping for that. 49 RSI looking to find some strength, and just barely going green on the volume oscillator. So this could be leading into a nice pump soon. So keep your eye on engine. Ethereum making a higher low. Ethereum has been kind of weak lately, though. Currently 44 RSI, which is a little weak. Volume oscillator right at midline. So if we have some decent volume come in, we could make a rally, and 200 daily moving average is the target at 7.7 cents. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? This is not Ethereum. This is Ethereum Bitcoin. Ethereum Bitcoin pair. So anyway, Ethereum Bitcoin pair target 7.7 cents. All right, there you go. Now we have Ethereum. Okay, now this is the real Ethereum, making a double bottom. We are seeing RSI at midline, bringing in some strength, and see the volume. Volume is perking up, so we could see a rally here. Rally here to the neckline of the formation here, 3,361. If we break above that, that'll be a technical breakout. A break above 33.71 could lead us to the 200 daily moving average at 35.39. I would take profits there because, as you can see, we have been rejected here in the past many times. So I would probably take some profits here if you wanted to, keep a little bit in case it just had some kind of a crazy run. If it does break above the 200 daily moving average, then target 36.71 is the next fib, and then the prior breakdown point 3,900. Looks good. Fear looks weak, not interested. Flow looks weak, not interested. We do not have a higher low. Phantom. Okay, here we go. Here's Phantom. We did have a 200 daily moving average support pump. We did hit the, we made a slightly higher high at $3.37, rejected. That is just shy of the 348 all-time high. And now we're coming down. We're trying to consolidate here. Looks like we want to consolidate to possibly make a run for the all-time high again. Currently, what we have here is a low, and then we're having a higher low. Now, whether this is going to hold or not, if the market is weak and doesn't do much between now and the weekend, we could possibly see this come back down and make a retest of the 200 daily moving average at 255. But it looks like it wants to consolidate here. And if we have a nice rally over the weekend, we could see this come down a little bit, or maybe just go sideways. And then for the weekend, make another run for the $3.37 area. And if we go above that, that would be a break. And we could possibly see a retest of 348. Okay. And midline on our RSI gaining strength, getting ready to go positive on the volume oscillator. So if volume and buying comes in, we could definitely reach back up to the 337, and possibly, if that breaks, 348. Gala, lower low, not interested. Glimmer. Glimmer's interesting now. Glimmer is the new token project on DOT. And so looking at the 30 minutes, let's take a look. Yeah, okay, so what we have here is we have a nice little rally here. We regained on the 30 minute the 200 daily moving average. So do I expect this to hold? No, I don't expect this to hold. If the market sells down, this will probably sell down with it. Price support is down here at $8.61. It's currently at $10.53. If we can hold the 200 daily moving average, then we could be pushing up and retest the 1142 area, possibly over the weekend or whatever, whenever the market continues to push higher. Midline RSI neutral, and then getting ready to cross over the volume oscillator measurement. So could go positive on the volume oscillator, so that we could see a pump to the upside, revisiting that 1142 level if the market pumps with it. So there you have it, friends. I don't want to make it too long. That is Glimmer. And let's take another look at Bitcoin really quick, see where we're at. Bitcoin 42,400. We've got a breakout, friends. We've got a breakout. This is what I was expecting. Good news, and I should have been paying attention. So okay, we've got a breakout here. Let me go to the 4-hour. Whether this is going to hold or not really sure. So we do have a technical breakout. If we can hold that and close that candlestick above this this line here, then we could be visiting the fib level at 43,610. And of course, now the target is, in my opinion, a revisit of 44,000. 44,000. If we can hold that breakout, if we don't get rejected. So that's good news. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Take care, friends. Thanks for your time. Please click like. We'll see you in the next video. And looks like Bitcoin is getting some strength. Now, again, this is Thursday. Today's Thursday. If this is going to continue higher, not really sure. It may just roll over. It may just kind of do this, and then over the weekend push higher and test that 44. We'll just have to wait and see. Or we could just be moving higher and test 44 between now and whenever it gets there. So thank you, friends. Appreciate your time. Be safe. Remember the #1 rule: do not lose money.